What's up everybody, it's Drew Wilkins with Swine and Bovine Barbecue, and in this video we're making some smoked Alabama white sauce chicken. Let's get going. Got ourselves a beautiful whole chicken. It also came with a little package inside. It is the neck, the gizzards, and the liver. We're gonna save this. We're not gonna grill it off now, but the gizzards and liver are delicious when you grill them off, and that neck is going to go into some chicken stock when we make it. But save this little package, freeze it if you don't want to use it immediately, because the contents are really, really good. So as for our little buddy here, he's going to go ahead and get spatchcocked. And all that means is we're going to remove this backbone right here. It simply goes along the back, so the opposite side of the breasts, and it makes it easy to push the bird down and have it all completely level. Sometimes when roasting a chicken whole, you might have inconsistencies in cook time. You really solve a lot of that by spatchcocking the bird, and we're actually going to take it a step further and cut it in half. We're only going to be cooking a half chicken. Gives us everything we need for our household, so we'll vac seal the other one and freeze it for a later date. But as for how to spatchcock it and cut it in half, I'll show you how. Spatchcocking this guy is very easy. First thing we're going to do, flip it over to the backside, so opposite of the breasts, and you'll see this backbone. Sometimes the neck bone is included on it. It'll be a telltale sign that you're on the right side, but we'll just want to simply cut down the side of it. So as this lifts up, there's clearly two sides. Just want to cut down the side. You can use technically a kitchen knife for this. However, you're cutting through a decent amount of rib bones and other things, and it takes a little bit of pressure. I feel a lot safer using kitchen shears doing this than I do a kitchen knife, so that's why I use kitchen shears. And there we go, we've got our backbone removed. This goes fantastic in chicken socks. Don't throw this away, save it, freeze a bunch of them till you got enough, make a big old batch of chicken stock. Now that we've got our backbone out, we'll come right here, this little bone here, just kind of put a tiny slit in it. Flip our chicken over to the breast side, kind of fillet it out, and then press down and break that bone. And if you wanted to cook a whole chicken, you'd be ready to go right now. It's perfectly spatchcocked, would go great on the grill, smoker, however you want to do it. But as I said, we're going to do a half chicken, so we're just going to take it one small step further, which is flipping it over and just cutting it in half. This is super easy. A little bit of a bone to go through here. There you go. Got two beautiful half chicken. Now what we'll do is we'll clean it up a little bit. We've got quite a bit of excess skin right there. We don't want that, so we'll just take it off. So no time at all. You can spatchcock your chicken and cut it in half if you want. This is actually the day before we're going to cook our chicken, and we're going to salt brine it. Got a handful of Diamond Crystal kosher salt, and we are just going to liberally coat this chicken. And this is really going to allow us to season the meat throughout. If you're salting something right before you cook it, you're really just going to get a surface level salinity in your meat. Once you bite into that meat, there's not going to be much salt associated with it because it's just on the outside or the skin or wherever it is that you're salting. Salting a piece of meat in advance like this gives that time for that salt to diffuse into the meat. So it'll go through a couple of stages. It will pull moisture out of the meat at first, and it'll look really, really wet. And then it's going to bring that moisture back into the meat, diffuse throughout, and really give you a perfectly seasoned bite throughout. And this is Diamond Crystal Kosher salt. Do not go this heavy if you're using table salt, Morton salt. Go significantly lighter. Our chicken is nicely salted, so it's going to go in the fridge overnight. Let this salt brine do its work. We'll come back tomorrow when it's time to cook it. It's the following day, and in order to have an Alabama white sauce chicken, we need to make some Alabama white sauce. So let's do that. Gonna start off with some mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, a couple of glugs of Worcestershire, a couple of glugs of your favorite hot sauce, some prepared horseradish, equal parts kosher salt, coarse black pepper, granulated garlic, granulated onion, and white sugar. And lastly, a little bit of cayenne pepper. Whisk everything up. See how we did. Really good. Creamy, tangy, full of flavor. It's going to go really well with our chicken. Now we're just going to cover this up, let it hang out in the fridge, let those flavors come together until we're ready to use it. Probably 2.5 hours. Now that our sauce is done, it's time to finish seasoning our chicken. It's roughly 24 hours after we put our chicken in the fridge for its dry brine, and it is looking really, really good. We can see where that skin is tightened up and darkened up. There's no real salt left on the surface of the meat. It's all been diffused in, and we're gonna have a nice flavorful chicken throughout. You can see right here on the breast how much darker that's gotten as well. Backside looks a lot darker too. This is gonna be one flavorful chicken, even without the Alabama white sauce. So the surface is a little dry, so we're gonna go on with a little bit of olive oil, help our seasoning stick. We're gonna come over the top with a little coarse black pepper and a light dusting of granulated garlic. Just a little bit. Flip it over and repeat. Chicken is fully seasoned. Let's go fire up the pit. We've got half our charcoal lit, a nice piece of pecan on there. Our chicken is ready to go on. Just going sideways like that. We're gonna shut this down. Make sure this is closed. We're cooking indirect. And then we're gonna open this about 3/4 of the way on this side. Now, let me show you how the PK works. So this is how I set up my PK when cooking indirect. There is vents on the bottom exactly like this. So the coal's over on this side. So that bottom vent on the coal side is wide open. I don't want to hamper any airflow as it relates to that. This side is where the meat is, and I've got that about 3/4 open. We're gonna aim for about 300 to 325 on our cook here, and it looks like we're getting dialed in right at 300, but just like an offset that I have right over here, this thing is able to cook very efficiently because that airflow comes up from the bottom here, over and out. So we'll be able to get great color on our chicken or whatever you're cooking due to the wind tunnel-like effect that you get with this grill. So now we're gonna let it cook, pull it once we hit our temps. 1 hour and 5 minutes later, and our chicken is done. It is looking really, really good. Got a nice golden color. Our skin is nice and crispy. Everything we wanted for, we got so far. So let's take this inside, let it rest for a second, and cover it in our white sauce. We've let our chicken rest for around 5 minutes. Still needs to rest a little longer, but we're gonna do that after it's been dipped in Alabama white sauce. Got our sauce here married together nicely in the fridge, so let's dip it. Just gonna go straight in for a dunk. Get a little on the sides here, and there we go. We have a fully dunked Alabama white sauce chicken. Looks amazing, smells even better. Now we're gonna let our chicken just hang out for a little bit. It needs to rest a little while longer, but I wanted to dip it when it's hot. Some of this sauce will kind of fall off of it. It'll be a little darker in color. It'll give us some good boar juices to dip in as well. For now, we're gonna let this rest just a little bit longer, then we'll eat. It's time to cut into this bird. So we're gonna remove the quarter, then we're gonna cut the thigh and the leg apart. Let's get us a couple of breast slices, see how that's cooked. Looking nice and juicy. Pulled this at about 160, and the thigh and drum were 170. Got ourselves a nice little pile of chicken here. Let's dig in. The time has come. I am fired up to dig into this chicken. Pretty simple cook, right? We seasoned it a day before. If you got time, do it. Let it hang out in your fridge. Make a quick and easy Alabama white sauce. Smoke it on whatever kind of cooker you had. We did it on the PK. It was nice and easy. It's time to dig in. Cheers. Messy, but delicious. That is ridiculously good. The flavor from that Alabama white sauce, a little bit of creaminess, a little bit of tanginess, combined with the smoked chicken. That one little chunk of pecan was more than enough to add the smoke flavor that we were looking for this bite, and man, it delivered. The skin pulled off a little more than I would have liked it to have been a little bit of a cleaner bite through, but the skin is full of flavor. The chicken is perfectly cooked, nice and juicy, really, really good. Make sure you got a couple of napkins or paper towels handy when you're eating this because it is messy. Got that end cap breast piece here. Get a little bit of the board sauce on it and give it a shot. Juicy, full of flavor, not tough. Everything you look for in a breast, but it's hard to get. I think a lot of that, the reason we're able to get that too, even if you do go a little over in temp, is dry brining it the night before. It allows for a little bit more air It's retaining moisture in the meat. It's seasoned throughout. The salt level is perfect on this. Man, really good. I'm really, really happy with how this cook turned out. The creaminess and tanginess that you get from that Alabama white sauce combined with the smoked chicken, simply seasoned too. Salt, pepper, garlic. It's all we had. And man, they just pair together really, really well. Give this a shot. That's gonna do it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. And if you have any suggestions on what you wanna see me cook next, or let me know how you make your Alabama white sauce or make your Alabama white sauce chicken, leave it in the comments down below. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.